everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the DX Gaisouken from Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. This is obviously the primary weapon used by Gaisouken, as he is featured very prominently here on the packaging. This is his sword. Now, he does also have a shield. Obviously, this is just the sword. I would seriously doubt if they're going to make the shield as a toy, because it doesn't really do much. It just kind of is the shield. But the sword is very cool. I love the color scheme on this. And you can see two Ryusouls are included. You have the Guy Soul and the Kishiryu Soul. So very cool. I'm not sure if he's going to use this in the show or not, or they just randomly threw in a Kishiryu reference. Either way, I'm happy with it. It looks really fun. On the box here, you can see the Guy Soul. On the bottom, really cool group shot of everyone. Here he is with the shield down here. On this side of the box, you have a cool picture of Gaisouken there. And then on this side, you have the Ryusoul Changer, the Ryusoulgen, and then showing how these two souls that are included can work with them and the mecha, of course, which I'm sure you probably already guessed. Here it is, just showing you how to put it into the sword. And then it shows you to try all the other Ryusouls with the sword as well, which we'll try. Not all of them, but we'll try a random smattering. Does take 2 AAA batteries, as it says down here. So pretty cool packaging. I'm excited. Let's get this guy out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here is the Gaisouken and the 2 Ryusouls out of the packaging. We'll start with the Ryusouls first. Get a little bit closer here. I love the look of the Gaisoul. Really nice metallic silver paint here on the sword. Really cool sticker here. You have the kind of mask faceplate for Gaisouken there. Really nice metallic purple here on the chest. Coming around to the back. I'm a little disappointed. I love the fact that they took the trouble to make this head on the back look like Gaisouken's helmet. I love that. I just wish it had a little bit of paint on it. But you can see really beautiful metallic red and purple paint here for the dino head. I just kind of wish there was a little bit of paint on here. Looking on here, B009. So this is a really nice soul. Then over here you have the Kishiryu soul, which is kind of unfortunately very bland here on the front. Even the sticker is kind of lame, I'll be honest. It could have been a lot better over here. I mean, I love the fact at least that it's the Kishiryu symbol there, but I still feel like it's a little lackluster. I don't know. But when you go ahead and close it up, it looks exactly like Gaburincho. No. Wow, I'm completely blanking on his name now. I wanted to call him Tiramigo, and that's not right. Wow, I can't believe this. Gabutira. Jeez, wow. Sorry about that. Gabutira. Beautiful representation of his head there. And then when you flip it around, Kyoryugen's head looks fantastic. Very nicely painted here. And he is B063. So I think it's kind of funny. It's like they only had so many paint applications between the two of them, because sword and chest painted here, but not on this one. And then you come around to the back and it's like, we painted this head, but we couldn't paint this one. So you can either have the front or the back painted. You can't have both, apparently. But both very nice Ryusouls. I'm very excited for both of them. I'm wondering if we'll get some other Ryusouls for the other Dino seasons. Being a Jew Ranger and Abba Ranger, we'll have to wait and see. But at least we got a Kyoryuger reference. I feel really bad about forgetting Gabutira's name. I'm so conditioned to now think about Tiramigo. So that's bad. But in any case, really cool Ryusouls. I'm going to put them off to the side for the moment. And then we're going to take a look at this sword, which I really like. First of all, purple, black, silver. These colors always look great together. It's just a really, really cool color combination. I think they did a great job applying it to the sword. Obviously, it's the same Ryusoulgen toy, just painted differently with different electronics inside. But the actual toy itself is the same. Takes 2 AAA batteries down here in the handle. You have the button on the side for ejecting the Ryusouls, on and off button right here. You have the speaker right here. With the Ryusoulger, you had one eye, and then when you opened it, there were different eyes. Not the case here, it's just the same. So, but there are electronics here in the back of the blade as well. So overall, just a really beautiful update to this toy. Absolutely love this color scheme. So I'll go ahead and turn this on. It says its name. We'll start first with the Gaisouken. So how this works, if you just turn it on and you just hit the button, you get that kind of clashing reverb sound. If you go ahead and open this once, same sound until you put something in. So we'll go ahead and put this guy in here. Pressing the button at this point does nothing. So it says Gaisouken change. So obviously this is his changer. So there you go. He's transformed. You're back to that same just clanging metallic sound. So there you go, open it once, close it once, you get the attack sound. So much better than how the Ryusoulger works. I mean, the Ryusoulger is fun on its own, but this is just so much easier. You put the one soul in, you open it and close it once. Well, actually, I guess you close it once after you insert it. It transforms, you open it and close it once, attack sound. You don't have to chomp twice, then chomp 4 more times. That's way too much. I like the way this one works a lot better. If you were to open it again, it just starts doing this again. So it just does the same attack sound again if you hit the trigger. So basically, once you get to the attack sound, opening it and closing it again will trigger it again, or just pushing the trigger will trigger it again. Open this up and eject it. Put that one off to the side. Next up, we will pop in the Kishiryu soul. Now this one doesn't go right away when you close it, you have to press the trigger. So if you press the trigger, it kind of does it a second time. So since this one is not a transformation Ryusoul, it doesn't have that first transformation jingle. It just goes right to the final attack, opening and closing it, pressing the trigger, just keeps doing that final attack sound over and over. I wanted to pull a kind of random sample of Ryusouls here. I have some transformation ones, I have some armor ones, I have the kind of power-up ones, and then I have a representation here of kind of like extra, either ones from magazines or special promotion ones, because that's kind of what I've noticed playing around with this. It's kind of the way they break up some of these sounds that we'll get with this thing. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. Gonna go ahead and make sure that's still turned on. And I'll try red first. So it does Ryusoul change because it knows it's a transformation Ryusoul. So again, at first it does the change, then it does the attack if you hit the trigger. Alright, we'll try pink next. Alright, and next we'll do gold. So you could hear there, with the transformation Ryusoul, it would always say Ryusoulger. It would then do the Ryusoul change. Then it would do the attack sound, but it always was a little different because this does have a reader in it. So it would always do, I guess I should have gone through all of them, but just for the sake of time in this video, I wouldn't be surprised if all 6 of the different transformation Ryusouls have, it says Ryusoulger just a little bit differently, the sound effects are a little differently, but it's always saying Ryusoul change and it's doing the same like attack name. The sound effects are just a little different depending on which of the transformation Ryusouls that you use. So next up we'll try some of these armor ones. We'll start with Mera Mera. So there he actually said Gaisouken, and then it said Mera Mera Mera. So that time to get the attack sound, I didn't even have to open and close it, I just hit the trigger. So if you open and close it, you get the Gaisouken if you press hit the trigger. So really, it just alternates. It doesn't matter if you hit the trigger or open and close it. It alternates between Gaisouken and just that attack name it's been saying for everybody. Alright, next up we'll try Beady Beady. So the Gaisouken part is the same, but the Beady Beady attack is different. So again, the attack name is the same, but then that supplemental Beady Beady is from the soul. And then lastly, for those, we'll try Cosmo. So for the armor ones, let me put this down. It basically sounds like it's going to alternate between that Gaisouger and then that Incento, whatever that attack phrase is that it literally says for everything. So I think that's kind of fun. It will read the soul name and it will incorporate that into the attack, but most of the sound effects are the same, that it alternates between those two. So next up, we'll try some of these light gray, like support souls. So it does read the name of the soul, but then it says that Incento attack sound again, and it gives kind of a generic attack. Because it's not a transformation one, it doesn't do that at all. It just goes right to the attack sound. So again, the name sounds the same, but the effect is a little different depending on which soul you use. And then for the last camp that these fall into, this was one of these special movie promotion ones. We'll go ahead and pop this in. So you can hear there the attack sounds a little different again. Definitely says that same phrase, the Incento. I've noticed that ones that came with magazines, promotional ones, basically things that were a little bit rarer to come by, they all just kind of say Ryusoulger, and then they say that same Incento attack, and then you get that kind of generic explosion sound. So this thing doesn't have all of those in here. I'm guessing it can read the ones, it reads most of them, and then for anything else, it just kind of falls into a catch-all bucket for the little bit more obscure souls. It just says Ryusoulger. But if we hit the trigger again, so, but I have to say, it's pretty cool that it can read all of the souls. I mean, it might not have a incredibly specific attack sound for each, but it can at least read them and say their name for the most part. Alright, so we'll try these in the changer. You never know, maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. So it just treats it like a transformation, Ryusoulger. Is that just saying Kishiryu really fast? I can't tell what that says there, but it's kind of a generic summoning sound, it sounds like. That's kind of cool. It says Super Sentai. That's cool. It says cool, Sugoi is basically like exciting or awesome. Senpai is what they kind of like a mentor or someone who came before, basically. So it's just kind of honoring their senpai. That's kind of hilarious. So hey, for once we actually got some decent sounds out of the changer. What do you know? Alright, we'll try these two in the Ryusoulger. So I guess this is maybe a generic Ryusoul sound effect. So that's kind of disappointing. So yeah, that's kind of boring. So there we go, it knows it's Kishiryu. I gotta be honest. I will say the sound effects for this one are more exciting than the Gaisouken, but pretty disappointed. Usually the sword comes through, and this time the changer was a little better than the sword. That's kind of surprising. Obviously, they're meant to work with the Gaisouken, and the sounds there are great. I was kind of disappointed a little bit by the Ryusoulger sounds, but what are you going to do? So I think this is a really fun set. One, I love the color scheme of this. The silver and the black and the purple, I think, work really well together. The two Ryusouls that you get are a lot of fun. I think the sound effects in this are a lot of fun. I know a lot of people would probably be worried that because it's kind of the same toy as the Ryusoulgen, maybe it would have very similar sounds, but I would say it doesn't. Now, it probably doesn't have as many unique sounds as the Ryusoulgen does, but at least it has interesting new sounds. It reads pretty much all of the Ryusouls. Might not have a necessarily different attack sound for each, but it can at least say their names for like 90% of them. Like I said, it seems that the ones that were kind of special promotional ones or came with magazines, things like that, are not read by this. They kind of just calls them generic Ryusoul. But a lot of the others, it says their names. It works the name into the attack sound. Even if it says the same attack name over and over, it always kind of gives it a bit of a different sound effect with it. I really enjoyed the fact that you don't have to chomp this thing 900 times every time you want to do something. You just kind of open it up and put the Ryusoul in, close it. It does the change if the change is applicable for the soul you're using. Open it up, close it. Again, it does the attack. That's it. Once for each. You don't have to chomp this thing 60 times. It's kind of nice. So like I said, I wouldn't say that this 100% replaces the Ryusoulgen because there's definitely more reading and more sound effects happening over there. But I think for what this is, it does a lot of nice sound effects, and there's a lot of playability with this. And it's not just like most of the other roleplay toys where you kind of just like put a Ryusoul in and it just hits a button and it doesn't have a reader. This actually does have a reader. So I think for that, it's actually really cool. Is there anything I would change or complain about? I mean, you could always put more sounds in it, but I mean, I think at a point it kind of gets ridiculous to ask for more sounds and just be happy with the ones that you have. Actually, one legitimate gripe, I wish that the Ryusoulger soul had a little bit more paint on the chest and maybe just a little bit flashier sticker, something a little bit more exciting there. Otherwise, I think this side of it looks fantastic. Just the front's a little bland. That's really all. Oh, and I guess I would put a little bit more paint. Even if they just painted the like grates in his mask black. I mean, that's really like paint them black and then maybe add a little bit of purple to the helmet. That's all you'd really have to do. I mean, looking at the box, it is mostly silver, so I get it. Just pop a little bit of purple in between, paint those black, and it would have been perfect. But I understand. I guess they only had so much paint apps to go around, so they kind of split them evenly between the two. But if I had to complain about something, that's really all I would complain about. I wish those two Ryusouls had a little bit more paint. Otherwise, I think it's a fun toy. I definitely recommend picking it up. I'm glad that it's a normal retail release and not Premium Bandai, because I could have easily seen them making this Premium Bandai. Although I would say if they made it Premium Bandai, they would have probably had to load a lot more sounds into it, but that's perfectly fine. I'm happy with this as it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.